And then one is going to quit, one's going to do nothing, and the other one's going to complain, especially when he's got 74 cents of drawdown. Stage number 3. It's usually a numbers game for you, because now what's happened is you're at stage 3. You're at 3,000. You got a little bit of people going. You got some individuals, some leaders that you've been able to identify. And now you can begin to focus on those leaders a little bit and drive a little bit of that depth. And then stage 4, it's sometimes a numbers game. What you have to understand is that every network marketer on the planet that has built a 6-figure income, the initial stages have always been a numbers game. It was nothing special than any of us. The more people you speak to, that is it. That's why people get to a particular level, 150, 600, 1,500, and they cap, they stop. Because leadership is also subjective. Because what a lot of people think about leaders is this: well, he's a great leader because he or she is nice. He or she's a great leader because they really, when I call, they help me. He or she's a great leader because I really love speaking to them. Part of what's being a leader in network marketing, and I'm just going to be truthful, is because when you see people like us on stage, you want to be us. So part of being a leader is your own individual, independent growth, not just spiritually or mentally or psychologically. It's tangibly recruiting and growing and promoting, because if you don't, at some point, your team is going to be, you're going to be unbelievable to your team. If I were a 600 right now, and I told you I've been in network marketing for 18 years, you'd look at me and be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I'm not listening to anything. Let's be honest. One of the reasons you're listening to me now is because I make $25,000 a month. If I only made 600, you'd be like, what's this idiot yelling in the microphone about? So you've got to become believable to your team. So I liken that to the next stage. You've got to be able to learn the self-development features. Self-development is key. Believe in yourself. If you are not reading at least one book a month, whether it's Tony Robbins, Todd Falcone, Richard Bliss Brooke, it doesn't matter. You've got to implement that belief into your own individual personality. And what I mean by read a book and believe in yourself is not post a Tony Robbins quote on Facebook. Tony Robbins didn't start quoting Tony Robbins until he became Tony Robbins. You've got to develop yourself into that. You've got to be able to develop and grow independently. I use this all the time in my team talks. On the airplane, they tell you to put your own air mask on first, the oxygen mask, because if you don't and you try to put it on your child, you're both going to die. You need to make sure that you are developing yourself and taking you, and you deserve it. You might know that people in your downline are good, God-fearing people, and they deserve the best. Unfortunately, in network marketing, you can only do so much for them until you get to. I spend a lot of time doing three-way calls and supporting my team, and I met with someone yesterday, Drew, on the 4th of July. I can do that because now I've got the leverage to spend hours and hours with helping and mentoring my team. I cannot sponsor anyone tomorrow and still have people join. That's leverage. You've got to work yourself up to that level to be, sometimes in network marketing, the best leader that you can be to your team is to push them to the side sometimes to take care of yourself, to learn so you can properly recruit and build and learn and then regurgitate that back down to your team. It's not always being a good leader because I'm a good leader, I help my team. If you've got a team of 4, that's not being a good leader, because you're not going out learning what you need to do to take you to the next level, so then you can come back and tell your team. How can you manage your business? For those of you that have children, simple. And one of my mentors told me this years ago when I was transitioning into a full-time job, firing my boss, going to that full-time network marketing. I was doing it I thought I was doing a really good job. And my mentor said this: you send your kids to school every day. Would you be proud of them the way that they approach their schoolwork if they mimicked what you were doing in your MLM? Listen to that. If your child's in 6th grade and they tell you all the time, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a doctor, I want to, 7th grade, I want to be a doctor, I want to, 8th grade, all the way up through high school, you as the adult know the path that they need. Good grades, college, biology, med school, all of that. And you see what they're doing. If they mimicked their path to med school, to becoming a doctor, the way you are building your MLM to become a millionaire, would you accept that? And if your answer is no, if your child can't mimic going to college the way you are building your MLM, then there's a problem. Simple. But part of that goes into what I'm going to talk about next, the emotional roller coaster. Everyone goes through it. There is no one that is absolved from it, especially when you're marrying Forex, one of the craziest financial industries in the world, and network marketing. Because one, you can lose a lot of money, and the other one thinks it's a pyramid scheme. And we just push them both together. When you get on the roller coaster, what do? First and foremost, you got to get the guts to stand in line. And then when you stand in line, you're standing in line in the heat for 2 hours just to ride a 2-minute ride. So by the time you get to the ride, you're already scared and pissed because you've been standing in line for 2 hours in the sun. So now you get on the ride. You get in the cart, and there's a whole bunch of people with you. So you get in the cart, you hear that big chain, and it goes click, 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 click. And you're going up the first hill. Now, what's scarier than going down is you're going up the top of the hill and there's no barrier. So the whole time with the click in your ear, you're looking over the side going, wow, if we fall, we're dead. So now it's building up to suspense. So then you get to the top of the hill, and what happens? You're screaming, oh my God, no. And then you got the woman 2 seats back. I'm going to die. Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Lord Jesus, help us. We're going to die. And then you're going up and down and up and down and up and down crazy. It's the same thing in network marketing. You join a company, that's standing in line. You get to the ride, you finally join. Now you're sitting in the car and you got the click, 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 click. That's the prospecting. I'm not interested. This is a scam. I heard your company stole money. And then you get to the top, you got a few people. Now you're happy. And then what happens? You go down the hill. This stinks. This Forex sucks. It's a scam. I just blew my account. Oh my God, I'm in 42 cents a drawdown. And then what happens again? You go up the next hill. It's not as high. So now you've gone down the first hill. You're a little more calm. But then you're going up the first hill and you're a little anticipatory and you're still scared because you know there's another hill to come. And it's an evolution. So what happens by the first time you ride the roller coaster is you go around, and by the time they click the camera, the picture of you is screaming. It's the same thing in network marketing with the emotional roller coaster, up and down. You want to quit. No one's doing anything. The problem is when you got on the roller coaster, what makes people be able to ride roller coasters like me over and over again is we didn't buy a one-day ticket. We bought a season pass so we can master the roller coaster. So now when I ride a roller coaster, What I do is I know exactly where the camera is. So with the first roller coaster, when I was like, oh my God, now when they take the picture, and all of you that have been on roller coasters, you know at the end there's the picture. Now when I ride the roller coaster and they snap the picture, because now I become used to the ups and downs and turns because I went through all of that craziness to master the ride. It's the same thing in network marketing. You've got to go through that, and no one does not go through it. You can't do it. But the problem is, no matter how many times you ride the ride, the difference between me and Mark and Derek and Tyler and Dante is we kept on getting on the ride. We never stopped riding. So we went from being nauseous the first time to being masterful by the time we got to the 100th level. And here's another thing. The ride is always easier when you ride it alone the first time. There are too many people in this industry. I've been doing this 18 years, full time, meaning I've earned full time for 16. The problem is that you need to learn to ride the ride by yourself first. What is that saying? There is no I in team. Let me make this clear. Until you are a 3,000, the only thing that matters in your business is the letter I. Because you can't be an influential leader if you've got nothing tangible to prove to your team that they can believe in you. Because you've got to understand working hard is subjective. People tell me all the time, Michael, I'm working harder than I've ever been. I don't doubt that. But the problem is, in your last network marketing company, if you've never built a team of more than 90, you might be working harder than you ever have in economy, but you might be only working hard enough to build a team of 125 because you don't know what it takes to build a team of 5,000. So one of the reasons why you're discouraging yourself is because you think you're working hard enough to be me, and you're not, because you've never built that way. You've got to take it in tiers, steps, get to the next level, and then you go to your upline, who is that next level. So if you're upline, if you're a 1,500 and the person that sponsors you is a 6, don't go to that person and say, how do I get to 3,000? Go to your upline and demand their time, because that's another problem. A lot of times in network marketing, the upline's always holding the downline accountable. Why aren't you doing anything? Why aren't you on the call? Why aren't you doing this? Hold your upline accountable. They're the ones that got you in this thing. And if you're serious and you're showing and you're promoting, demand it. And understand what the dream is in 2019. When Amway was created, the dream was, you can do this, because society was different. Society has now changed. Much of America was middle-class America. And there were people that were impoverished. There was racial division. So the dream, the American dream, the definition of business dream was different in 1960. In 2000, it's different. The dream today in network marketing is not to be used to secure and develop and embellish your fantasy. Let me say that again. The dream in 2019 network marketing is not supposed to be used to embellish your family. Meaning, if you've got a picture of a mansion that you want to live in on your refrigerator, and your dream in network marketing is to be able to get that mansion, the dream was not created to embellish the fantasy. The dream in today's world, in today's network marketing, should be used for you to get off your butt to do what it have to do to get the house. The dream should be used as the driving force. What do I mean by that? If you have on your mirror in the bathroom where you have, I'm going to be a millionaire, and the first thing you do when you brush your teeth is look, and it says, I'm going to be a millionaire. Okay? Great. The goal of that is not for you to say, I read it on my mirror, I'm going to speak it into existence. No. The purpose of writing that dream on your mirror is to force you to take action throughout the day to make it happen. Teamwork makes the dream work. But in today's network marketing society, participation trophies stink. We don't give participation trophies out. You don't get to go on stage and just say, because you're part of the team, thank you, here's a trophy. It doesn't work that way in network marketing or life. You've got to earn what you get. We're not 6 where we play baseball and they want to make everyone feel good. I'm 51 years old. It's way too past my prime for someone to make me feel good. I've got to take action to provide for my family. Now, you got to talk about also what's income producing and what's not. Let me make this clear. I said this to someone the other day. On Facebook, if I see one more picture of that dude who on the first row, he's got the axe pick and he's picking underground and he's all, and the sweat's going everywhere. And then underneath, it's the pick and he's turning away crying and he's like 2 inches away from the diamonds. Have you guys ever seen that post? Here's my question. If the damn dude didn't reach the diamonds when the first person posted it, and then he didn't reach it when the second person posted it, why in the hell do you keep posting the same picture? Network marketing cliches are cliches for a reason, because everyone just repeats it. We all know JOB stands for just over broke. For those of us that have been in this long enough, do we not know that? Just over broke? So why in the world do you keep posting it on your wall when we all know it? No one's joining your team because you're reminding them of their job. What they want, what do we do? How do we do it? And how can you help me? That's what we do. You've got to be able to take yourself and believe in yourself and invest in yourself, and then you regurgitate that back to your team. Leadership. Everyone has it. And the last thing I'm going to end with, because it's Friday night, stop idolizing people wishing you could be them. You already are them. You already are an Elite 25. You might not be making money like that yet, but you already are. The only difference between me and you and Tyler and you and Derek and you is that we just worked so much harder and spoke to so many more people. For those of you that are on my team and you've heard me, my calls, and you've seen me do, one-on-ones, have you heard me? I'm not always the easiest guy to listen to. There are so many more people that deserve this. Guys, I'm not messing around here. You're spending a Friday night with me, listening to me. That right there should tell you that you deserve it, but you got to work for it. This is your time. Whether you're Democrat or Republican, I'm here to tell you, Washington is not helping you. That wedge gap between the wealthy and the poor is growing. You deserve this piece of the pie. Yesterday was the 4th. This is the United States of America, no matter where you are in the world. It's your time. You take these people to the next level. You show these wealthy people. That's why this software was created. Listen to when I say the presentation. Economy was created. What we did is we said, Okay, Mr. Venture Capital Firm, you're created a software where really rich people and banking institutions can take a lot of money and make more money in the Forex markets. What we did is we said, listen, can you scale it down so everyday Joes and Janes like me and my wife can participate? And they said, sure. So what they've done is they've given us the keys to the kingdom now. Don't miss out. This is your time. You let these rich folk know. For those of you that are old enough to remember the movie Network, I'm tired and I'm not going to take it anymore. Don't let this be another network marketing company. For those of you that were in network marketing 10 years ago, where are you now? A year from now, don't be, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda. This is ground floor stuff we're talking about. Take action. I believe in every one of you. I'm telling you, I'm not special. And any person that's made money in network marketing, if they tell you that they are, then that's someone you shouldn't be listening to. Because at the end of the day, I don't care who you are in network marketing. You can't be rich in network marketing if everyone in your downline is broke. This is your time. Take it. We got great leaders. I'm looking at some. Susan, I see you there. This woman devotes a lot of time into video content. Dabo, Derek, Tyler, oh my God, my partner sometimes. We've got great leaders. You've got to want this more than life itself. Go to Eric Worre. Everyone knows is one of, in my opinion, one of the best network marketers in the history of network marketing. This man tells a story during his 90-day blitz. It's a 5-portion series. He says he needed money like he needed air. So he made millions in networking and lost it all. That's that roller coaster. So even the emotional roller coaster wasn't, Eric Worre himself wasn't able to not get past that. It happens to everyone. But you've got to understand, you have got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you're not, it's not going to work. We work hard in this company for those of us that are making $5, $10, $20, $50,000. But the beauty about network marketing is you don't have to work hard for 30 years. You just kill yourself for 12, and by the 13th month, man, you're rolling. I will do today what others won't so I can live tomorrow like others can't. Here's a hint. If you're not really willing to do what others won't, stop saying that. Because if you say, I will do today what others won't so I can live tomorrow like others can't, and a year from now, you're still living like those that can't, then everything you just said was ridiculous. If the network marketing cliches that you are posting online, a year from now, you are not living in the opposite of that, you're wasting your time. This is your time. I am not special. Believe in yourself. Because the one thing we can't change is time. Last week, Mike Sancho went crazy on a call. Or maybe 8 days ago, 9 days ago. And now we are a week later and you're listening to me. That means you will never get the 7 or 8 days back in between the nuggets that Mike Sancho dropped and the nuggets I'm dropping now. Which means you've got 1 week before the next speaker comes on and drops more nuggets. So if you're on your 10th speaker, which means 10 weeks, and you're still not where you're at or moving, you got to change the menu because something ain't right. Take these and go. You guys are special, and let no one tell you differently. The problem is you got to work. There's no way around that, guys. There is no way around that. You've got to work network marketing worse than your job. And the funny thing about it is, even though you're working hard, it's fun. Because working hard on a freeway in construction is hard. Being a nurse or a doctor watching people die in an emergency, that's hard. What we do, even working hard, really isn't working hard. You get to meet people, talk to people, talk about Forex. Yeah, you get yelled at with drawdown, but it's fun. And if you make it fun, it's just a numbers game. That's all it is. So I'm going to leave you with this tonight. Just 4 words. Because some of you don't think about this. I'm going to leave you with 4 words tonight. And I want you to remember this. Because not all of you, but some of you, I believe in you. That's it. I believe in you. Guys, make it a great Friday night. Be safe. Thanks for joining. Next week, we'll have another speaker. I love all of you guys. I'm crazy. I'm loud. But the message comes from the heart. Take this to the next level. Let's hit this blitz hard. We got 15 days to go. All right, guys. Have a good one.